Hello everyone, I am Tasta and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 7, Week 1, Day 6. So today, our main goal, of course, is to mess with the current faction. We do have a little ways to go, however, we are very close to finishing this place up. We are currently at 430, so we need to go get to 500, and then end up doing Pure Faction and a Deathless. That is the goal of this stream. And once we hit 500, we'll probably hand out code, and then we'll go to Deathless. Or, Pure Faction after that. After we get to the 500 there. So that's pretty much the game plan as far as what we're going to be running for Pure Faction. Of course, we just covered a Teams video thing earlier today. And as far as what we're going to be using for it, we are going to mostly be using this one for the Pure Faction, untraded. Though it's fine if you do have it traded. There are alternatives other than just spamming the legend all over the place. Probably double legend, double epic, your best bet if you did end up already getting traded. This is mostly because of the Doomskull boost ratio, and you can end up using on this to end up getting even more Doomskull boost ratio. However, if you happen to have not traded it yet, which is good to consider, you can literally just spam Bile, Blackheart, and just have them win. And be good to go. So that's pretty much the game plan. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to farm those off stream. I was kind of busy earlier today. And then once I finally get back, I figured we streamed the other game. But I finally got myself the the thing as a birthday present to myself. The OLED. The new Switch model thingy thing. I still haven't even opened it yet. It's still just here. But randomly. I did end up getting it. Last copy they had too. Surprised scalpers didn't get it yet. It was literally the last one. They had to go to the back to get it. But I did finally get that. That's mostly the backup switch, so in case the other one breaks down, because my screen's starting to kind of like pop off of mine. So I'm just concerned that it's just going to break randomly one day, and I just want to make sure I have like all my data and everything backed up to another one, just in case it does end up going. But anyways, so next order of business. Let's go and just farm this place out. So we already finished, I believe, every other event other than actually completing out the current faction. And that shall be our main goal. Still using the same team, just a Hiking Iron Gut, Zugov kind of build to just clear out this area and go from there. And of course, we got Halloween going on tomorrow. We'll end up having some juicy codes for that. We'll probably end up 2 codes for Halloween. One normal code and one special code, which reminds me, I still have not gotten more codes from Kafka. I think we're nearly out. I might need to go spam her or find some other dev that could do it for us. I don't know if there even is another dev that can. But hopefully Kafka will get around to it because, yeah, we almost ran out of codes. I think we have like 3 left, not counting big codes. Like by Monday, I'm pretty sure we are out of codes, which is concerning. Well, it'll be fine if we go a few days or a week without them. But hopefully they'll get around to it. But anyways, hello everyone. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Bill Warhammer. Hello, Cookie. Hello, I already said Logic Slayer. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Anthony. And hello, rednaZ. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's go get our Devour down and not do it on something that has immune. Let's see. Take that out. Kill a Zugov. And that should be a dead. There we go. That's one nice thing about the Iron Gut. He ends up gaining a bunch of attack, and then we can just clear everything out and be good to go. Let's keep moving forward. Let's see. Let's throw. What do we need here? We'll throw that for now. And we end up getting Devour off of that. Get our Destroy over there. Go for the other one there. And I think that's pretty much match. We're just going to do it that way so we can hopefully kill off the skulls. And guess what? It dies to skulls. Tier 5 in our way. I wonder if there's actually any treasure rooms that can appear in the middle. I haven't been paying too much attention to if they do or do not roll into treasure rooms. I know those 2 2s on the sides tend to do it on occasion. And those 2 other ones are guaranteed, of course. The 2 related to the ones that aren't attached to the weapon. So the ones that specifically aren't touching the little blade are both treasure rooms. The little river that kind of is just in the middle of nowhere. Both the ones hanging right over there are treasure rooms. And it's good to keep an eye on them too, because like for something like this, all ally troops gaining Death Touch, that could be worth picking up for Pure Faction. If you're doing a 500 Pure Faction and you find you're losing it too much, just pick up Death Mark there when it's visible, or once that chief shows up there, and you're probably going to be good to go. As long as you get lucky enough off of that, that gives you a whole nother way to insta-kill on top of everything else that this faction already has to insta-kill with. So it's worth considering for Pure Faction, especially if you are going down the insta-kill route, because it gives you even more rolls. Since if they're death marked, that's an extra 10% chance per turn that they're just randomly going to die. It's still going to be a gigantic RNG fest, but hey, it'll be an RNG fest that is slightly more in your favor. And the other one that might be worth getting is dodge. So generally, if you're going to lose pure faction in this place, I don't believe you're going to lose to dodge. You're going to most likely lose to you're going to lose to insta-kill. Like if there is anything that's going to kill you, it's not skulls, it's going to be insta-kill. For the most part. It is still possible that they pressure you. And having some extra dodge kind of just takes that pressure off occasionally. At least once per battle. With 20%, one of them's bound to eventually just dodge the thing. Let's see, we're at 440, so we only have to do, what, is that 5 more? 6 more, technically. If you count the thing itself. As much as you hate Arena, you find you're doing the daily 3 runs for the offers. Mostly for Imperials. Yeah, I was for a bit of time. I've stopped a little bit recently. It's definitely better value than it was in the past, that's for sure. Also, I keep thinking that troop has Impervious. He actually used to way back in the day. But he actually doesn't for like the last 4 or 5 years. But I'm still used to him, how he was launched, and he had Impervious then. So I still like hesitate on Devour sometimes, thinking that one brown-green plant thing has Impervious. Because it used to, but it hasn't for a very, very long amount of time. For so long, it has not had it for longer than it has had it. I'm still remember it that way. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Get our Iron Gut down there. Get our Zug off, and he's already there. Hello, Stode! Welcome! Would it be a good idea to use treasure maps to get a multiplier, or 0.45 per map with a limit of 3 used per battle? I'm not sure what you mean. Would it be a good idea to use treasure maps to get a multiplier? Oh, that! It's been suggested before. Not sure if they're ever going to do it, though. Like the capability of using like X amount of maps and then getting like extra reward during that run for using those extra maps. If they do anything for it, I'm pretty sure there's going to barely buff normal maps. And then as some kind of new hard to obtain epic map or something. Because that's what they've done for quite a few other mechanics. They just added like an epic version of it and it's like, oh, there we go. And we're good to go. Honestly, I would love to see them do that to Arena, though. Like Arena, where you draft an epic, legendary, and mythic, plus hero, would be really, really cool. Let's see, we'll throw that down. But yeah, I still hope we get the Treasure Hunt rework. We got the Arena rework a while back, but the Arena rework was kind of average. And I hope if they do the Treasure Hunt rework, they do it pretty well. But it might just be a kind of average update when they do it. But hopefully they'll eventually get around to it, gosh. It has not been touched for a very, very long time in any way. And the loot from it has definitely fallen off a bit. Even though it's kind of funny because the loot for it just keeps falling off more and more. Yet theoretically it is still the best place to infinitely farm gems. Which is always kind of a weird combination. In that it's bad to do, yet it's still technically the best way to infinitely farm gems. The problem with that is a lot of gems are passively farmed. Like if you get them off a daily, that takes like a minute, or if you get them off of your tribute and stuff like that. You just get so many so passively that anything that gives you like a grindable way of getting them is just not that worth doing. Unless they're also giving some kind of other byproduct. Like for example, farming Vault events and farming Nomapaloozas technically are also farming gems. However, that's not like the main reason you're doing them normally. Like it's a byproduct of what you're doing, but it's not the reason you're normally going every way to farm Vault events. Like, yes, it's good that you're getting gems, but that's not the main thing you're aiming for when you're doing those kind of events. Because that's actually technically another infinite way of getting them. But it's not like a permanently available infinite way. It's only available some weekends. Speaking of which, next weekend is one of those weekends. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to farm this particular Vault event, though. But it is November 5th for the Vault event. We're also getting a new mythic that day. And the main reason I say that is the Animal Crossing DLC is coming that day. And I've been ultra hyped for it. And it's the day after my birthday. That entire week I'm probably just going to chill a bit, though. I feel like I'm barely going to be celebrating my birthday actually on my birthday. Because I know with my mom, because of her schedule, I'm probably not even celebrating it until like 3 or 4 days in. Past my actual birthday day. Because she'll be busy on my actual birthday, and our schedules don't really align until then. As far as when she's free and everything. But, yeah, that entire week's just going to kind of feel like a birthday week at this point. Might even just do a day of just no stream at some point that week. And just get to bed a little bit early. That's one weird thing about streaming, like, literally every single day at 8. Is, like, there's never a single day I take off from that. Probably should on occasion. Like, maybe once per month, just no stream on, like, one particular day. I don't know, I kind of like streaming every single day, though. But there are some days where I'm like, I just want to sleep. Just sleep until it's tomorrow. At, like, 7 a.m. Not every day, but there's definitely some days I feel like that. It's like, Today's not that day, though. Is Animal Crossing DLC free? Unfortunately, no. It's $25. And if you bought the bigger online thing, which I do not advise doing, you get it for free during the duration of... Oh gosh, Devour even just got away. I don't need it, though. But you get it for free during the duration of this subscription, but then it's gone after it's gone. I wouldn't really advise doing it that way, though. But no, it's just a one-time $25, basically. But for how much content there is, it's kind of worth it. Like, it's way more than what Sims would ever do for an update, that's for sure. I normally charge about the same price, like 20 bucks or so. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Oh, what do we need here? We'll get our explosion. Get our other destroy over there. Kill that out. Kill that out. What else do we need here? We'll take that down. Get destroy on absolutely everything, and I think this match we oh no, we can't devour. I was gonna say. He has. Oh no, he doesn't have. Wait, what? Oh, they both had stealthy, so neither of them had stealthy. Whoops. I was like, I can't target it, but I actually could because when the entire team has stealthy, you can target whatever you want. Basically, if they all have stealthy and none of them have stealthy, is basically how stealthy works. Which is always a bit weird. However, there are some double and triple stealthy teams that are really, really effective. Most notably, anything that uses life and death with a Weaver. That's probably one of the most notorious ones, of course. And hey, it's still all available this week. Why did I do that? Whoops, fail. I could have already won. But don't forget, I'm not sure if it's going to be available next week, but we had Life and Death on Tuesday, and only that Tuesday, so that's not available anymore. However, Arachne and Weaver is still available for the rest of this week if you can get the resources for it. I don't believe we have confirmation yet if Arachne and Weaver is available for 2,000 diamonds next week. I really, really hope it is, though, because if it is, that means during a Vault event, you would be able to infinitely farm diamonds in order to go get the Mythic. We have not gotten 100% confirmation, I don't believe, on if Weaver will still be available next week. If it is available next week, that's probably the last week it will be available. But while it's not confirmed, if it happens to happen, and you still do not have that Weaver, you can infinitely farm next weekend for diamonds. Not this weekend, but next weekend, to try to get the Weaver. But we don't have confirmation on that yet, but I really hope they do end up doing that. The only problem with that is literally every single person in the game would have Weaver by then. Pretty much, unless they're like an almost brand new player that might not know about it. But like nearly everyone's gonna have Weaver at that point. So get ready to see a billion more Weavers if you haven't already. I know from the little bit of PvP I've been doing, I've already seen an increase in the amount of Weavers out there, that's for sure. Probably from a lot of people testing it for the first time who didn't have it prior. So you have a question about 2 of the mythics in the Forge this week. You've been having and you've been saving and only spending on top tier mythics. You have neither Doomclaw or Uminif. Neither of them are good. You can buy both of them and still have enough to for 2 more. My question is, will I be getting any game playout of those 2? If you already own Zugoff, there's no point in getting Uminif. And Doomclaw, I feel like, is occasionally applicable to Guild Wars. However, it's so RNG based that you tend to basically never run it compared to more consistent Devourers, for example, Iron Gut. But, oh no, it has potential to double Devour, though it also has the potential to 0 Devour. Which, when it double Devours, it's like, oh, this Mythic's insane, because it just, like, half killed this unit I targeted, plus got double Devour. And then there's the other instances of it where it hits for like 1 damage seemingly off its ability because it's so weak. It's not that literally that weak, but you know, it's like what, 60, 70, barely anything, and while doing 0 devours. Like, when it pops off, it's amazing. When it does absolutely nothing, it feels like one of the worst mythics in the entire game. So that's a slight issue with that thing. You only have enough diamonds for Rope Dart or Weaver. Which one do you go for? That's a hard choice. I feel like I use Weaver more. Oh no, I'd probably say Weaver in that situation. There's just a lot more applications to it. Because even though Rope Dart's kind of good, it's situational when you can bring it out. Also, are we getting Rope Dart soon? Is there a Pride Lands event next week? I didn't even check. Because you can get that during Pride Land event week. Though if it is next week, you could just infinitely farm diamonds because it's a vault event weekend. So theoretically, the answer is both, assuming Weaver's also around. And even if it isn't, you would get Weaver now and then get Rope Dart next week, assuming it is. I don't know. Is it Pride Lands event week next week? I didn't even check. But the answer is both, not either or. Just grind till you have both. Let's see. Next weekend, that is. But is it actually a Pride Lands event? It is. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you can get Rope Dart next week. That's pretty huge. Luckily, the next time for Rope Dart wasn't a billion times later. Because one thing that actually happened, Rope Dart, a little while ago, wasn't available for a little over a year. I think it was the longest a kingdom ever didn't cycle back around. And luckily, it didn't take as long. I think it's been like 5 months since the previous one, or 6 months, maybe less. So luckily, it didn't take absolutely forever. I know there was like the longest duration ever of a kingdom not actually cycling occurring for Pride Lands at one point. And it caused a bit of an issue because Rope Dart's so good. And a lot of people weren't able to get Rope Dart for such a long duration. But yeah, Rope Dart's available next week. That's a huge pickup to get. But no, assuming Weaver's available next week, you just try to get both. Or get Weaver now and then get Rope Dart next week. Because you can just infinitely farm diamonds off of Vault Event. It might take a while, but it's highly advised doing if you do not have both. As they are both super high priority pickups. Although I would say Weaver's better. Mostly because if you click use a hero weapon, you're forced to have to use a hero weapon. Or, you know, it's like you can't diversify from it. Like if you use a hero weapon, you can't use any other hero weapon. But if you use Weaver, you can still use any hero weapon, you can still use any other mythic, you know, it doesn't block you from using other stuff. Whereas if you commit to Rope Dart, you can't use any other hero weapon in that particular instance. So even though Rope Dart's kind of good, it's more restricted compared to a good mythic. Because you always have more versatility with a good mythic compared to a good weapon. Even if it's one of the best weapons in the game, it still restricts what kind of teams you can build, since you can't use any other different hero weapon. Let's see. Throw that down. Get an iron ingot. Throw down our destroys. Oh, so we're almost at 500. Sorry that we weren't already there. Normally I like getting like all the way there, almost all the way there before we do the stream. But I got caught up shopping this morning. Got all the grocery shopping done though. Because I ended up picking up Mario Party at Walmart because it's $10 cheaper there. So I also did all my grocery shopping while I was there. And then I got the OLED at Best Buy, the Switch OLED. Which I got really lucky. They actually had none up front. And then I asked if they had any in the back, and they literally only had one left. The scalpers didn't get that one. I'm not even sure if that console's being scalped. I'm pretty sure it's not. Just because it's, you know, it's not like a new console release. It's just kind of like a refresh of an already existing one. But, yeah, that would have been a nightmare to try to get since the holidays are getting closer. And the closer it gets to the holidays, the more bought out that thing's going to be. Let's see. We'll throw that down. I wouldn't advise getting it if you already have a Switch, though. Unless your Switch is on the brisk. Getting close to, like, breaking, like mine is. Wouldn't really consider it worth it. But since mine is, I figured I'd get it. It's nice to just relax in bed doing it. And now I can dedicate the other one to streaming, so I don't ever have to move it off the dock, ever. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Get destroy there. Get our other destroy there. And should be good to go. That should get something to auto-kill that thing. So hello, Jim Key. Hello, Anthony. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Bushka! Welcome. So close. Yet so far. Alright, 490. Then we have Deathless. Then we have Pure Faction. Handheld is capped to 720. However, when you have it docked, it goes to 1080p. Though I only have a 1080p TV, so it doesn't really matter. Also, my recording software can only stream up to 1080p, or I can record in 1080p anyways. Not to mention, there's no way my stream could ever even handle above 1080p. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I actually stream at 720p these days. Even for right now, if you check the Gems of War stream we're literally doing, I'm pretty sure it's at 720p. Let me actually double check. Is it 720? It should be. Yeah, it only goes to 720. I used to do 1080 for a little while, but just to make sure my streams are a little bit more stable, I have gone down to 720. I'd say it's the bare minimum that you could do for it to still look decent. Well, my internet sometimes just hates to function. And having it at 720p makes it a little bit more consistent. Because on days when my internet's a bit worse for randomly no reason, it can't really handle 1080p. On a normal day, easily can. But on a bad day when my internet just doesn't feel like working properly for seemingly no reason, it really cannot handle 1080p at all. Oh, why'd I do that? I'm like, oh, let me go devour the one that doesn't have immune. That would be the last slot and the first slot fail. So let me kill that. I'm actually going to go for this one. So that damage poke actually did matter. Even though it seemed like a waste. Oh, I should have taken that skull first. Mostly because it'll bring him closer to kill range. And I believe that is almost match. I'm going to do this, do another poke, and that should kill him. It does die. There we go. Do you use OBS Studio or Slobs to stream? I use OBS Studio to stream, and I use OBS to record. They're both completely free. Oh, sorry. I actually use Streamlabs OBS to stream. Oh, I actually forgot. I actually use... Oh, I misspoke the previous stream then. But I used to use OBS Studio to stream, but I actually use... Oh, yeah, I forgot. On this, I actually misspoke earlier, too. And even right now. I use Streamlabs OBS to stream, and OBS Studio to record my videos. When I was using my previous computer, I was using OBS Studio to stream, and OBS to record. But now I've, like, moved them to two different ones, which is kind of funny. But, yeah. They're all free, so. They all pretty much have a pretty similar feature set as well. This is how I personally have it broken down. There's no really rhyme or reason as to why. It's just how I have it set up. And I like having it separate for the programs. Like I like having one program dedicated to just recording and the other one dedicated to streaming. It makes adjusting settings not really that required. Since one's optimized for one and one then for the other, without having to change anything. Okay, there we go. So, finally, we have gotten to 500. And with that being said, let's go hand out the code. And then we're going to do 500 Deathless and 500 Pure Faction. Let me go hand you guys one of our last 3 codes. Oh no, Kafka, send us codes. I'm going to send her like 1 billion texts on Monday and hope she sees them. I don't know. Does anyone know Kafka's email by any chance? Says Paul. I might like literally directly email her. I'm not sure if that's public information though. Like her Infinity +2 email. I only have her Discord. Not sure where else I could contact her. Maybe the forum, I guess? Like direct message her on forum. Maybe she'll get the hint. We should probably check the forum to some degree every week. Especially with all the billion controversies that happen every 5 seconds. Let's see. Check that. Check that. Put that there. Put that there. Paste that over there. Copy the whole thing. And there you go. Yeah, I'm going to be going the 4 legend route. Yeah, we could technically go Deathless with it, though I'm going to use this. We have enough sigils that we could just do the normal team. But there you guys go. There's redeem code used on gemsofwar.com with the game code section. Your invite code is found in your settings menu in the bottom left. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers in there, starting with 2W. You use that link right there. Just go open that in a new tab. And to get the same order as always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, into that is 500 gold. only usable on PC mobile version of the game. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Okay, so next order of business. Let's go do 500 Deathless and 500 Pure Faction. This should be 500 Deathless right now. Also, we've been doing so good at not dying. Watch us finally die now that it actually matters that we don't die. That'd be kind of funny. Because I'm not sure we've actually died a single time to any of these insta kills. I'm pretty sure we've died a total of 0. And there is a chance that we'll literally die on the first time on the Deathless run. Which would be a gigantic fail, to say the least. It likely won't happen. But you have another issue on this one, Night Hag. Night Hag has like a 33% chance, which realistically might be harder than the final battle here because those are going to average like less than 20%. Yeah, that thing has a 33% of just ending us. Luckily, we just devoured it, so it won't matter. Got rid of that before it could do anything, luckily. Oh, I should have killed him first. He has reduction and can be annoying. Should have made that big a deal. We have everything we need to win. We gain mana too quick for them to do anything. Hello, Tyrion! Welcome back. Yeah, it was fun doing Mario Party earlier. We'll need to do it again this Tuesday. Gosh, that game is literally just trying to sell nostalgia, and I love it. They actually did really good on it. Still a few things I wish they would have changed, but overall, I'm very enjoying it so far. It's pretty much most of what I would have wanted from that game. Which is a real surprise because the Mario Party series was going downhill for a while. And all they had to do to not go downhill is literally copy what they did in the past. That's all they had to do. Is literally just copy what the golden years of Mario Party. And they were golden. That's all they had to do. Stop trying to like reinvent the wheel. Just copy what you already did 1,000 times and it'll be fine. That's like one thing that doesn't need innovation. Just use that formula and just keep updating it. I was joking about it earlier, but I really wish they would do it. They need a Mario Party Battle Royale. Like a live service Mario Party Battle Royale. I'm not sure how you would make it happen, but it needs to happen. That'd be such an insane game. Let's see, let's put that down. Get an Iron Gut there. Get a Zuga. Kafka was active on the forums 1 day ago. Oh no. Well, should be checking it on tonight. I mean, tomorrow night. So I need to make sure I message her like between now and like tomorrow, because she'll probably be checking it like Sunday night, which is her Monday morning, because that's when they're back in the office and everything. All right. Well, there's 500 Deathless. Easy. Now for the hard part. Because, of course, that kind of goes without saying that we kind of just auto-win it. Also, why are they still trying to sell $50 power orbs? If you want a power orb that badly, just buy the campaign pass. You get it for, like, what, 15 bucks? 25 bucks. But for $25, you buy the more expensive pass. You get a power orb at the end of the campaign. It takes 10 weeks to get there. Or at this current moment in time, it takes 9 more weeks. But it's only 25 bucks, plus you get the whole campaign pass, instead of having to pay 50. I wish I would have lowered that price. Why did it even charge that much? It should be like 30 bucks, like max, for that thing. And even then, that still kind of seems pricey. Because, of course, we're not buying the pass for the power orb. Like, that's nice, that's there, but that's not the reason we're buying it, obviously. Anyways, so, where were we? Let's go do Pure Faction. I came here to go copy-paste the team. I knew I came here for a reason. So we will be trying to do it with 4 Bile Black Hearts. I've heard that this works pretty decently. So I'm just going to run with it and hope it goes well. Obviously, the Legend is by far the most useful thing in this entire place. And as we know from other factions, how ridiculously good anything that gains both attack and durability is. So if we do the same thing you know, having a troop that has that plus extra durability twice over, it should be pretty broken. We are currently set to seasons. Oddly enough, I actually don't want to be set to seasons. That may seem a little weird, but we actually want to set magic, even though he's a tank. The main reason for this is if we end up getting multiple casts, he's actually going to end up getting value. Because if he casts 1, he's matching his value. If he casts twice, he's already exceeding his value that he'd have from having seasons. While it's a bit more of a delayed related stats, it's still going to be worth it since these battles are going to go a little bit longer. The overall amount of value will be higher. Yeah, let's go do it and see what happens. Yeah, I know. There's still people going for Weaver Gate. That's still perfectly fine. The game is still very much playable free to play, so if you're part of Weaver Gates, you could easily do it without spending money. Honestly, due to Weaver Gate, I almost kind of want to go over like a how to play Gems of War without spending any money guide again. We covered it a lot, or covered it a bit in the past, but haven't really recently. Due to Weavergate, we might want to again. I still feel like they compensated weirdly for it, but I do feel like some people are making a little bit of an overreaction to it. Though the way that it was handled was definitely not the best, that is for sure. Okay, he better not insta-kill us. Oh, let's see. Though as far as public relations, they've been doing a horrible job at that recently. And Salty leaving isn't really the problem, necessarily. There's other ingrained problems to it. Okay, I'll throw that down. Get another explosion. Okay, this is even more broken than I thought he'd be. As long as these things don't insta-kill us, I think we're literally invincible. All we have to do is just not get insanely unlucky. I knew he was going to be kind of broken. I didn't really think to this scope he'd be that absurdly broken. Because one thing I didn't really factor in is he mana accumulates for himself. Or, you know, the not the one itself. I knew he would. But I kind of forgot the other three would as well. Which kind of makes sense. But because of enchants, they like auto-gain even though they're blocked. So we basically just have 4 mana accumulators that become like near unkillable. Plus this gets even stronger as we get more kills. And in these hallway fights leading up to it, we're basically invincible because we're just going to have so many stats. Unless they have an insta-kill or skull spam, I don't think we could even really die. Because we're gaining all durabilities as well. So they can't really do anything to us. And we eventually just get to the point where we could just one-shot it with skulls. And ideally, we'll just RNG skulls like that. And then we get even stronger. And just kind of keep exploding, keep doing pokes here and there, throw everything down. There's a kill. Keep doing this guy so he doesn't die. And even if he dies, doesn't matter. We have another 3. And even if that one dies, doesn't matter. We have another 2. And even if that one dies, doesn't matter. He could solo the final fight as long as he don't insta-kill us. So ideally, it wouldn't have to come to that. But it can. He would win. It would be a winning matchup. He might have 1,000 attack soon. Okay, he's like 5 times more broken than I thought he would be. Like, I knew he was going to absolutely destroy this faction. I somewhat underestimated to what scope he would do it to. Because this is kind of, like, broken strong. At least for factions. Yeah, I don't think he would use this guy outside of factions. But in the context of factions, gosh, this is thing actually pretty good. For his own pure faction. I think we're going to get it first try. Unless we get trolled by them literally instant-killing every cast they do. I think we will be fine. Also, honestly, I don't even think it will matter if you have that Doom Skull convert for the most part. If anything else, you're getting more board clear out of it. I don't even think it would be that huge a factor if you did accidentally fully trade it. Oh, not accidentally. Obviously, you normally fully trade them. Though this is one faction where it is questionably situationally useful if they weren't traded. It's mostly relevant for the first and final fight, though. Theoretically, you're weaker if you're not traded for the middle 3. However, there's almost nothing that can kill us in the middle 3. Unless we have, like, that Bone Dragon room or any of the, like, the other really annoying skull spammers that might be able to break through early. It's, like, the only thing that could probably kill us. And that bullet team wouldn't even matter either since we're all the same troop, so if he disorients us, it doesn't matter. Because they're all the same troop, so the team can't be disoriented. One other benefit of having 4 as well. If you do run into some of those rare teams that can actually move where all your troops are, it would actually have basically no effect on you. Also, that could be scary. He could actually snipe my last slot if he gets pure luck. Luckily, he did not get pure luck quick enough. And we won. Is this a Deathless pure faction run? I already technically did pure faction, but yeah, this might be a Deathless pure faction simultaneously. We do that very rarely, because obviously generally you're not trying to do both of them simultaneously. However, it is definitely possible for quite a few factions. And this one very much seems like one of those factions that you could very easily do Deathless pure faction simultaneously. Which might end up being the case right here, even though we already did Deathless. We'll have Deathless done twice! Yeah, I gotta combine our objectives. 2 for the price of 1. Please get full mana already. It's kind of an awkward turn, but we're operational now. Alright, they're doing a bit more chip on us than we would want them to. Please, random skull, where are you? Random skull, I need you. Save us. I don't really feel like we're gonna die though, but we just keep scaling. Okay, we just went crazy with skulls there. Very nice. The RNG is on our side. Actually, RNG is really on our side today. During the Mario Party games, we actually didn't lose a single one. Even though we could have easily lost almost every single one to a bad RNG. Good RNG came in our favor, and we didn't actually lose a single one. In one of the most RNG genres in the entire game. The Mario Party series. Okay, final one. But yeah, we've had really good luck today overall. And now, let's hope these things don't kill us, gosh. True test of our luck. Will they kill us 4 times in a row? That is so absurdly unlikely, which is exactly why it's going to happen now. It's very doubtful. It better not. So far, so good, though. Yeah, if you were using this upgraded, like, literally every skull would be Doom Skulls every single turn. Okay, he's about to start getting operational. That's kind of scary. We could easily lose this, though. This is not over yet. So he's going to do his thing. Okay, we really need to take skulls when we can take skulls, because he's going to start scaling a bit quicker than we can. Was that insta-kill or just base damage? That might have just been base damage. Was that insta-kill? I'm actually not sure. Alright, that's a little concerning. We're definitely not Deathless, that's for sure. Okay, you didn't throw down the insta-kill. That's good to see. You keep exploding. Okay, I think his might have scaled a little bit too quickly. That's a factor too. Worrying about his scaling up. And then we kind of die because of it. Good, no, it's the kill there. We can work with that. You can work with that. Good, another poke. Okay, we just need to commit to killing him right now. One more poke will do it. Okay, we got it. Okay. And now we won. As long as he doesn't insta-kill again. Good, we won. I'm not sure. Was that insta-kill earlier, or was that just true damage poke? I'm pretty sure that was insta-kill. I didn't think it was that low on HP. Oh, it might have been. As soon as this guy dies, we won. It's over. Alright, we did take a death, but that looks like completion. Unless every cast he does... Oh, never mind. He already died. It's over. I was going to say, unless every cast they do is going to be a thing, but no, we already won. This will chain into a double attack, and then we won. Actually, that will chain into nothing. Oh, I got lycanthroped. I keep forgetting that thing even counts as a beast. Like, this thing doesn't really look like a beast, but it's a beast. Has that lycanthropy thing going, so technically it counts as a beast, even though it doesn't look like one. There we go. Okay, well, we took a death. And I'm pretty sure that was to RNG, because I don't think we were low enough HP that could have killed. But I'll take it. Still pure faction completion. And there we go, 500 points. And with that, we now have almost every faction done. There's only technically one left, though technically 2 because we're getting a new kingdom soon. But as far as currently existing factions, there's only one left, Broken Spire. However, I believe we're getting the one for the new faction before we're getting the one for the Broken Spire, oddly enough. But there we go, 2,500. Unfortunately, don't really get anything for doing so other than the max pet. I don't even think we necessarily even need the max pet at the moment, because we don't get an extra stat yet, though that next stat will be armor when we get our new faction sometime later this year. Probably in December. I think like mid-December is the next one, probably. Like the dead of middle of December, like second week, I think. But yeah, we'll have that. Also, thank you. I didn't even see that earlier. Thank you, Clunder, for the donation. Greatly appreciated with all 7s. Happy early birthday. Bah. Also, is the notification still broken? Gosh, I need to go fix that. Why on earth are they still not working? I thought I fixed that the other week. Why are they still not working? But thank you, Kalendor, for the 777 donation. Greatly appreciated. Happy early birthday, brah. With most factions at 0 renown, what's the best way to spend daily delve scrolls? With most factions at 0 renown, what's the best way to... I would go for the ones that are easier to do pure faction for. So, for example, things like Crypt, things like Amethyrax, things like Deep Hive. Basically, any place that has an instant kill There's like three or four mechanics you want to look for like easier factions. Anything that has insta-kill, you can kind of cheese like crazy eventually with enough RNG. Anything that has resummon, like All Seeing Eye, you can kind of cheese because you gain more value from resummon than the AI does. Any faction that has an attack gain while also having a durability gain, for example, the one we literally just did, the new one, as well as things like Silver Necropolis, particularly Wild Court, has a really good one because it gains attack, HP, and barrier while still having board control. Like any of those kind of troops are really good for auto winning, as you kind of just saw from us doing pure faction there. And it can be done potionless. The main ones that you'll want to aim for when doing your daily delves are the ones that can be done without any potions. Because ideally what you'd want to do with your 3 daily delves is, you know, you keep working up to 500 slowly over time. It will take like, what, half a month, because you get 3 per day. So that means, yeah, in about half a month or so, a little over, you would end up getting 1 to 500, assuming you won every single faction. And you'd want to do it on places where you can do the pure faction without potions, or at least have a chance of doing so. And those mechanics that I mentioned are the main locations that you would end up doing it for. Places that have a durability gain while having both attack and durability. Things that have resummon. Things that have insta-kills. So those are more RNG based but can still be cheesed. Those are the kind of ones you want to focus on as far as doing your factions. And you can check it by checking what troops they have. Like for Wild Court, for example, we could just go to Kingdom, go to the faction of Wild Court, and we kind of see what their things are. You click on Owned and it will show all. Or just click Show All as well. Like something like Wild Knight, for example, kind of just auto wins this place because you can just explode a gem, which gives you board control. It gains durability and attack, and anything that does this is pretty much auto win for factions, and hit barriers itself. So yeah, you just mitigate down damage. Pretty much as soon as you kill their Wild Knight, you would just auto win the battle by that point, and you're just good to go. Many factions that's kind of set up like that you could do without potions are the main ones that you want to prioritize with your 3 daily delves. Oh, you're currently farming City of Thieves at level 20. That's also highly advised. Keep a City of Thieves at level 20 forever. I would highly advise it if you still have a City of Thieves at level 20 to literally never make it go above 20. Unless there's something like really huge that happens at some point that would like make you want to upgrade it or, you know, finally max out all factions. I would pretty much keep City of Thieves forever at level 20 if you currently have one at level 20. Because farming it at 50 is not as efficient. Not only is it slower, but you also get a lower multiplier. Because doing at 50 is a 0.5 multiplier, whereas doing at 20 is a 1x multiplier. So you get a little bit more loot while doing it. It's still worthwhile to do the other way, but it's better to have it at 20, just for killing it quicker as well as for the higher multiplier. Anyways, but yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave it in chat. Also, not sure who that is based on that name, because I've never seen that name in our chat. But thank you for the donation, greatly appreciate it, as always. Anyways, also I really need to fix that. I have no clue how it isn't. Tips for potionless Amithrax. Get 2 truffles and then hope you have all the luck in the world. You run 4 truffle. You get 2 truffle to full mana. If you can push it, try going for 3 truffle. But if they're starting to get pressure on your first slot, you have to start casting. But ideally what you'll want to do if you're trying to do Amithrax with no potions is minimum 2 before you cast even a single one. Because I think the trap a lot of people go for is they'll get 1 and then they immediately cast it. You want minimum 2, ideally 3. If you start casting at 2 or 3, really depends on how much damage you're taking. If your first slot is currently within 1-shot range, you kind of need to start casting. But you need to wait at minimum having 2 of them at full mana. But you ideally want to try pushing all the way to 3 or 4 of them having mana before you can start casting. If you can get away with getting all 4 to full mana before you start casting, you basically auto-win. And you start casting from your top and you work your way down. I start from the very first troop and then cast backwards. But yeah, minimum 2, ideally 3, and if you could push 4, go all the way for 4. But once your first slot's in within 1-shot range, you got to start casting. But you have to wait to minimum of 2 before you start casting. Even if you're in 1-shot range, you got to get the second one before you even start. Let's see. If you explode wild cards, does it give any mana? No, wild cards do not give any mana when exploded. Oh, sorry, Jason, did I miss your question? I don't see your question. Where is it? Oh, it was it was above the other thing, so I didn't see it. I guess you messed up when you traded all the troops. You can still get away with trading it for the current faction. If you have the sigils, you can try to run with the other team you posted. so you can see how to play it. Sure, I can go mess with the other team real quick. I'm not sure if I'm going to go through the whole faction, but I could do that at least like the first one, if nothing else. But yeah, we'll do the other one. Oh yeah, I might as well fully trade it now too, duh. So now that we got that done, I can go trade this thing. Yeah, let me go show what it looks like with traits. Also, does the guy give us another star for Blackhawk? No, it doesn't, because we actually didn't require it for the thing, which is kind of nice. We didn't actually need it for 19 stars. We'll need it for 20 stars, obviously. But, okay, now that we actually have it done, let's go fully trade it and just show it real quick. So, where is the faction? So we'll just do the very first one for now. It would help if I change the team, wouldn't I? I don't think I have it on copy-paste fail. It's probably quicker to grab it than to go all the way back over there. So we'll do this. Oh, there we go. Now it's on copy-paste. Put this over in our team. That is not where our team is, though I do need to go do that daily. Also, we need to go get our 2 devil copies. Okay, so let's go do this battle with the other one. Yeah, I'll go show this for anyone who might have it the other way around. So, of course, this one we're only running with double of the legend and running double of the insta-kill trip. This runs very similarly to that of Crypt, except this time you have a good mana accumulator instead. The way that you run Crypt is generally just spamming and trying to get your mana up before you start casting. So right here, we actually do want to go for a single cast, so try to insta-kill there. We'll keep getting Doomskull converts. We actually do want to keep Doomskulls onto the board for the most part if we can help it. But when we have this guy, we still want to scale him up like crazy, like we were doing in the other instance. That still applies here as far as scaling it up. I do kind of want to take a Skull here, however, I think mana is higher priority right now. So yeah, I'm going to take mana. I also make sure that he's not taking mana, which is also kind of beneficial. We can let our tank take quite a bit of damage, especially in this first fight, because the chance of it actually killing us is very, very unlikely. So right here, we can start gambling with some insta-kills. We have a 25% chance for every cast at this point. One other thing that we could do is just focus your true damage onto a single one, and after time, it's just going to guarantee die. Like right there, it guaranteed died without having to worry about RNG. Right here, hopefully he will not get good luck, and luckily he did not get good luck. Luckily, we're board clearing beforehand, so they shouldn't get as good of a value, even though we have to convert as start a battle. After we explode, it doesn't really matter because all the things that got converted have just been wiped from the board. Right here, we want to go for the skull, and you kind of just keep repeating this and just keep hoping you get lucky. Like right here, we hope this kills and it doesn't. Right here, we hope for the same thing and it didn't. And you just kind of hope you get lucky. It is going to be a little bit luck-based if running it this way, which is why it's a little bit better to go the other way around. But you keep poking when you have the opportunity to. It plays kind of similar to the other one, though. Like, you're still doing, like, the whole buff route. Oh, gosh, you got insta-kill. That's why you have 2 of them, by the way. That will happen on occasion. You very much want to run 2. There's even an argument to be made that you want to run 3 of the legend with 1 of the thing if you're running it this way. Theoretically, you could even still run 4 of the legend if you have it traded. That's kind of how that goes down, and hope that they do not kill you like that. Though it will occasionally happen. But, yeah, that's kind of the general strategy. You still play the legend very similarly to how you do it before, but now you just have an RNG insta-kill method that you'll have access to. And as you start poking something, you kind of want to commit to finish poking it, just in case you don't run any instant kills. You still can keep true damage poking the same one in order to bring them all the way down. Well, that's basically how that faction would end up going down if you wanted to go the other route. Though theoretically, even if you did fully trade it, you can still go down the 4 route. It's not like you're prevented from doing 4 of the legend. It might just give the enemy a little bit more boost ratio on the first and final fight, but you can still get away with running 4 legend on even if you have it fully traded, if you so choose. It's probably not as good as having it not traded, but it would still function very similarly. And theoretically, for the 3 middle hallway fights, it would actually be easier to do those battles. It's only the first and final fight that would be slightly harder due to the Doomskull boost ratio. Would you recommend getting factions to 500? Before attempting pure faction? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, generally speaking, it depends what point you are within the game. I would advise getting every faction. If you're not going for 500, I advise doing 100 pure faction for every location. This gives you the next little reward for the upgrade, as well as gives you just some amount of points to have. Overall, yeah, I wouldn't really go much beyond that. Like, if you're not going for all the way to 500, I'd probably just stick with 100, and you're probably going to just be fine after that. I would not bother going much further than that. Some people like going for 200 or even like stretching to 300, but it's not really that necessary. I would say 100 and 500 are technically the only 2 factions that ever exist as far as the level that you would do. Though theoretically, 100, 200, 300, and 500 are all good milestones, particularly 100, 300, 500. But really 100, 500 are the only 2 that you should really ever bother with. 100 if you plan on not doing 500, and 500 if you plan on doing 500. because you want to have some amount of points. And even if you don't have 100 now, like let's say for example, you have a kingdom at 500 right now, but you can't like do 500 pure faction for it, and you don't want to do 500 pure faction for it, but you still have it at 0. But if you try doing it, you can't because it's all the way at 500. One thing that you can do to kind of get around that is when the Tuesday event rolls around for it, you could do pure faction off of the 100 by just buying tier 2 into the event. So for 90 gems, you can get any faction to 100 simply by doing the Tuesday event. So if you're to the point where you kind of like locked yourself out of doing a low level faction by getting it to all the way to 500, you can end up doing it that way and it would still get it done. So that's one strategy that you can do if you have like zeros on them, because you generally want to get them above the 0 in order to end up doing that if nothing else. But anyways, if any other questions, let me know. But let's go grind out this whole thing. End up getting him and everything else. Clear out all the dailies. And then probably go find our 2 copies of the Devil. Devil is still available today and tomorrow. Unfortunately, if you did not get Devil yet, if you currently have 0 copies, which I'm pretty sure is almost no one. But if you do happen to have 0 copies of Devil, it is actually impossible to get the Trick and Treat weapon now, since it seems to be capped at 2 per day. And between today and tomorrow, that is only 4 copies and not 5. But I'm pretty sure most people have 1. Plus, you might still have 1 in the mail from when they did compensation from the other day. But today and tomorrow, you can still get 2 more copies of Devil. You basically just do PvP or Explore and just farm it for a little bit, and you're probably just going to randomly find a Devil. It doesn't take that long. I think on average, we spent like 15 minutes on it per day to get them, which means over the course of the week is like, what, a hour and a half or so? Give or take a little bit. Like, no way we spent more than 2 hours on it tops between all of it. Hello, Defiant. Welcome. Also, we technically didn't even do it on Tuesday because we found out early that it's actually not even in drop table. So yeah, we technically only farmed it on 6 days then. Yeah, the pet doesn't really help much. You may have noticed I didn't even bother upgrading the pet. You're normally using team compositions where you can't even get a benefit from it because you have to be using at least 2 different troops. And given that we were literally just using 1 troop, we weren't even able to get a benefit from it. Also, that reminds me, I didn't even upgrade the pet. Yeah, I should probably go do that. Let me go grab this key real quick, and then we'll go upgrade the pet. We got all the copies to go max him, and I didn't max him. I don't think Blackhawk needs it anytime soon, but might as well. There's no reason not to max it. I don't think I'm going to equip it, though. The mummy's much better for Halloween. The little mummy, I almost said hot dog. The little mummy dog. Must have hot dogs in the brain. I did buy them earlier today. As well as corn dogs. I wanted something quick for those lazier days. Also, just for the fun of it, I also picked up veggie corn dogs just to see what they would taste like. I've been trying some veggie versions of quite a few foods just for the sake of it. I tried a veggie pot pie the other day, and gosh, was it awful compared to the normal one. Like, I picked out the exact same brand because they have both meat ones and meatless ones, or, you know, like veggie ones that have like those fake meats. It was not good. Like, there are a couple of veggie versions of like meat products that like they're decently solid as far as like the texture, taste, all that. But there's some that just completely hit the missed the mark, like not even close, like a mile and a half away, and it is so noticeable when it happens. And what's even weirder is when it's like the exact same brand as well. It's like, you make this one well, and then that one's just eh. Let's see, let's get it over. Let's see. Got a huge question for being a noob. No problem. What is the question? Can you save your collected guild seals to unlock chests next week? Yes. Or do they go away when seals reset? Nope. Any seals that you earn are permanently accumulated. The way that seals work is you can get 2,000 of them per week doing those little tasks that you can see in the guild that you probably already are aware of. So that caps at 2,000 per week. However, any of those seals that you earn, you permanently get to keep for until you end up using them. So, for example, I have, gosh, how many seals? Way too many because I haven't used them in, I think, 2 years. It's been a while since we've used seals. But, yeah, we have, like, infinite seals, seemingly, because we haven't touched them for so long. But, yeah, any seals that you earn through your guild thing over here, you permanently keep. Like, some of those seals I have from, like, 3+ years ago. And you get them from doing any of these objectives. So, of course, we did all these that many times throughout this week. Poor treasure hunt having 0. The only thing we did no times. Hey, we even get a level this week. But, We just claim all these, and boom, there's our 2,000 seals for the week. So that's capped at 2,000. One thing to keep in mind, though, is this number over here. So this actually determines the quality of the seals when you use them. Ideally, you want to wait until 20,000 at minimum before you start using them, and super ideally 40,000 if your guild can get to that point. But the main reason for this is the amount of rarity of what you get as drops increases as it's higher. And opening them at 20,000 is kind of like opening glory keys for value. And opening them at 40,000 is very similar to gem keys. It's not the exact same value. Actually, these are actually slightly better than both those two variants. Like, these are basically better than gem keys when all the way at 40,000. Not by much, but slightly. The chance to get a mythic's like 0.01% higher. And while that might not seem like a lot, it can make a difference after opening like hundreds upon hundreds. But, yeah, you generally only want to open it at 20,000 or 40,000. Never anything less. And ideally, obviously, at 40,000. So if that means if 20 people in your guild do 2,000, you'd end up getting it. But I feel like most active guilds get to that point. Some of them might not. However, if you are short, you can use orbs and kind of close the gap by doing that if your guild like coordinates to use orbs. Some guilds coordinate to use orbs if they don't naturally get 40,000 in order to do it on faction weeks. So whenever a new, or sorry, not faction weeks, I mean on new mythic weeks. So for example, next week, or technically 2 weeks from now, because next Friday, we end up getting a new mythic. So the week after that next Friday, we'll have the new mythic in the Glory Gem Guild and Seal drop table. VIP key drop table. And one of those, of course, is the Guild Seal keys. And what you can end up doing is having a bunch of people use orbs early on in the week in order to hit 40,000 early. And that would allow everyone during those 4 days that the mythic is available in order to key it down. Which is one strategy that people can end up doing. If you're leaving your guild, do you keep the seals? Yes. Any seals that you earned is just a permanent currency on your account. You can only earn seals while you're in a guild. However, any guilds you earn are just permanently on your account. They're just like earning any other currency. But yes, if you leave your guild, you will get to keep all your seals. Let's see. We did that. We did that. Oh, yeah. What were we about to go do? I was going to go grind some hollows. I mean, not hollows. I mean, what are they called? Gosh, I forget his name. He has a name. One drip that's coming out this Sunday that we still don't own. I cannot remember his name. But you know, the one that drops the devil. Why did I forget his name? Also, did I do dungeons yet? Hold up. I'm like clicking all over the place. Lost my train of thought. There it is. Okay. Yeah, we already did it. So let's go hunt for our 2 devils. Off that one troop who I forget his name. I'll probably remember it once I see him actually in the game. Wait, he's not actually released until the Sunday. We're getting him for free off the adventure board, I'm pretty sure. Where is my grinding team? There it is. Yep, no problem. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. And we stream every single night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 1 hour per now, every single night. Forever. And we also do a Monday video every single week going over all the weekly stuff for the game. Which we've been doing for almost 6 years now. Gosh, we've been doing that forever. Yeah, the Gems of War community is great. Devs have been making some questionable decisions here and there, though. But the actual community for the game is honestly one of the best communities I've ever seen for any game. Mostly because it's kind of hard to be toxic in Gems of War. But generally speaking, this game has like almost no toxic people. Or because it's kind of like a single player game. And the only kind of bad thing is like maybe like RNG here and there. Let's see. Tacit, on your pure faction, your last legend does to 4% Ista, but you won on a 15% Ista. Not sure what you mean by that. You mean your last epic? Because the legend doesn't have insta-kill. Only the epic does. Well, all of them do, but the legend doesn't. Everything else does. But generally you're using the epic because it has best ratio. Oh wait, when is time going back, by the way? I haven't been keeping track of that. Is that happening soon? I like almost never keep track of that. I actually completely forget when that happens. I should probably Google it. I'm not sure if it's a different time in the United States. Is it? I have no clue. I feel like I never keep track with that, and then it happens, and then it throws off my entire day. It is next Sunday? Next Sunday as in tomorrow, or next Sunday as in next week Sunday? Oh, yeah, next week? Okay, it's next week. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, that happens way too often. Like, completely forgetting that it happens, and then it's like, oh, that threw off something I was doing by 1 hour today. I think we've only done that once for our stream, though, in the 6 years we've been streaming. Where I basically forgot the times moved. And then everyone was wondering, hey, why was the stream 1 hour later or earlier? I think it was 1 hour later. And it's like, oh, wait, it's 9 o'clock. Or, you know, because the hour shift. Because my time was still at the other time. It's like, oh, the hour shift thing. But I don't need to remember that. Hey, we'll get a 25-hour day. But yeah, it does fall back, doesn't it? Hey, doesn't that mean we get an extra hour? Hold up. Yay. Extra hour is nice. Extra hour is better than not extra hour. I shall use it to sleep. Also, doesn't that mean I can start recording Gems of War videos at 2 a.m. as well? Pretty sure it does. Which is nice. Because that means if I'm staying up, I can record it like a whole hour earlier than I normally would. Because with how the times are right now, I can't record it until 3 a.m. or even start doing anything for it other than whatever teams I might have already set up. And that is very early in the middle of night. 2 a.m. is not as bad. It's still bad, though. It's still like the dead middle of the night. It's not as bad as 3. Was Pure Faction hard? No. It was exceedingly easy. It was even easier than I thought it was. Though we did die to one insta-kill, unfortunately. But it was pretty easy otherwise. Are you able to stack your 3 daily delves for this faction weekend assault? The weekend, or the 3 that you get daily does not count towards the event. So the scoring system for that you do during a faction event does not coincide with the system for your 3 daily delves. There are 2 completely different things. So there are 2 types of faction events. Well, there's technically 3 instances where you do factions. One is the 3 that you get daily. And those are the 3 that you're probably referring to. Those you can just use for any delve and just progress them forward. Then there are weekend faction events. These are associated to whenever a new faction is added to the game. For example, the Blackheart, which is a new faction that was added yesterday to the game, which we get about once every 6 weeks or so. Though we're starting to get to the point where almost every kingdom has one, except for a few. The new kingdom that we're getting next week doesn't have one, and Broken Spire doesn't have one. And then the other one are Tuesday factions, which only last for 1 day, but they function very similarly to the weekend factions, except smaller reward pool. And they're a lot quicker because, you know, it's only 1 day instead of 3. But you doing your 3 daily factions doesn't have any impact on the scoring for your the weekend faction event, nor for the daily Tuesday one. They're separated with how their scoring works. Like, for example, one other way to consider it is whenever there's a faction event, the faction event moves your daily 3 forward, but your daily 3 do not move the faction event forward. So let's say, for example, you're currently on 300. Hey, there's one of the ones we needed. But let's say, for theory, you're on delve level 300, and you then did your 3 daily delves, the ones that are, you know, the 3 that you get every single day in the faction, and you then get to 330. If you go back to your 300 faction event the following day, it will still be at 300 because it did not get moved forward by your 3 daily delves. However, it would do it the other way around. So let's say you were at your 3, or you were doing your weekend delves for the new faction, and you're at 300, and then you do like 5 of them, and you get to 350. If you then go and check your 3 that you have for daily, it would have moved from 300 to 350 then. So the event ones move the daily ones, but the daily ones don't move the event ones. is the main way that you can look at it. Let's hopefully get another double. Though it hasn't been that long to really get them so far. I'm actually surprised how little time it's taken. I'm glad they didn't make it like a gigantic grind fest. But across all the copies we would have gotten over the week, I'm pretty sure we would have spent less than an hour and a half or so to get all 12 copies that we got. Technically 13 since we got the one free copy on Tuesday. I almost did yesterday. Oh, there he is. We did it. Threw me off for a second because he was blue. I'm like expecting it to have like a legendary border. But it's kind of weird when he replaces stuff because he's actually coming in at a lower rarity than he actually is. Oh, that was a weird tribute. Did I just skip over my tribute? What just happened? I like mashed through it and it just kind of just disappeared. I hope I got gems for it. Hold up. Let me double check the stream. I've never seen it happen like that because it was just mash clicking. Did I actually get gems? Yeah, I got gems. I got 19 gems. Nice. We got a 20 tribute. Very nice. But I was kind of mashing right through it. But anyways, guys, any other questions? Any things you want me to go over? Let me know. As I think we might be wrapping up for tonight. But as per usual, we will be back tomorrow night. Halloween! We'll have a special code for Halloween. We'll probably hand out 2 codes. A normal code and a special code with a little bit of gems in it. 25 gems for Halloween itself. And I'll mess around. We'll probably go as floating head because I don't have a costume. the escape plan, just go as floating head. We'll just wear like a green shirt or yellow shirt. Honestly, my yellow shirt, green screen's better than my green one. I have no clue why. It's kind of funny. But, like it's such a bright color that kind of works for it. But, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night. Same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We'll also be doing Darkest Dungeon pretty much all day tomorrow as kind of like a Halloween kind of thing. Since it's probably the most Halloween-y game that has came out recently. That one, of course, on Mario Party is kind of pretty Halloween-y. But we'll just be doing Darkest Dungeon. We're currently on a 3.5 win streak. Technically 4 win streak. By the time I stream it tomorrow, it'll probably be a 4 win streak. So hopefully we can continue that win streak and get the rest of the unlocks. Or at least some already unlocks. I'm not sure if we're going to get literally all of them. But hopefully it'll be a little mini patch. So I haven't been keeping up with the patch notes. But they have been doing like some bug fixing and everything. I'm not sure if it got any like content patches yet, because obviously that'll be down the line. It's not like they're gonna work that quick. I highly doubt in like a single week they're gonna be like, oh hey, here's a whole new area. Here's area 2 after just 1 week. It'll probably be like a month before they get to that point, if even then, because obviously it's gonna take time for them to develop it. But they're mostly just doing like bug fixes and stuff at the moment, kind of getting what they currently have stable. But we'll be doing that pretty much all day for Halloween. The stream will probably start around whenever I wake up, realistically. Probably around 10 I want to aim for. Might be slightly earlier, though, if we happen to wake up and just feel like streaming at that point. But I'll go from like 9 or 10 until like probably 7 or so. And do that for all of Halloween. And then we'll, of course, do our normal Gems of War stream tomorrow night, as we do every single night. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. But anyways, guys, don't forget to finish up the Halloween event if you haven't already in Gems of War. We're going to be getting a new legend tomorrow as well. Probably not off the free thing, but we'll end up getting it off of campaign here. The free one will probably just have some extra gems. Oh, no, sorry, not that. But off adventure board, I mean. Should end up having the troop for the thing that we keep killing, that devil thing. Or not the devil thing, but the thing we're actually killing. That troop will be coming in. It's nothing too good, though. The troop's pretty underwhelming. But if nothing else, it's another troop. It brings Golvania to 24 stars, so there's that, if nothing else. Another extra star on it, because obviously you could just use a blue orb on it. It won't be in the drop table or anything, but you could just get the one copy that you get and then use a blue orb on it, fully trade it, and it's good to go. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. As always, hope you all enjoy your weekend. Have a wonderful Halloween, and I will catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching, and thanks again, Klendor, for the donation. Greatly appreciated. Goodbye, everyone.